Take two.
What's up, y'all? So in today's installation, I'm gonna be installing a wig on my little sister. Her birthday was coming up. Even though she's quarantined, we had to make sure, she was still looking good. So the first step that I'm doing right now is making sure that I'm protecting her edges, okay? You always want to use some form of barrier between the glue that you're about to use and your client's baby hairs and skin. And the best thing to use is a wig cap. So I went ahead and sprayed some Got to Be all over her hairline. And the thing with this is the second you spray it down, you can see through the cap, okay? So you can see if you didn't cover most of their baby hair. And you always want to go over, okay? It's better to go over than not spray enough, because once you get to cutting, you've already cut. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you just go ahead and blow dry all of that dry, on a cool setting. You don't want to burn your client or nothing like that. So after you're done blow drying everything and it's all dry and good to go, the next thing that you want to go ahead and do is cut the lace and then go ahead and apply makeup. Well, actually, I applied the makeup before cutting the lace, but either way, it works. So I'm using Ruby Kisses in the shade 16. My sister has like a really red undertone, so it's always hard to find her color. But after I went ahead and did all that, now I'm going back to cut the lace, and I like to get pretty close to the hairline. I don't like going too over because I still want to give my clients forehead space. You don't want to look like a helmet head, okay? No, that's not what you want, okay? You want it to be close to the hairline, not too close, but close enough. So when you go cut their lace, okay, like I'm giving them enough forehead space. You feel me? All right. So once that's all done, I go in with some alcohol just to make sure that her hairline is clean. Please do not skip this step, okay? And then right now, I'm just showing you guys her lace before I tinted it and after I tinted it, okay? Unfortunately, the freaking scene cut off, but I do have a whole entire video on how to tint, so make sure you check that out because I promise you, tinting is the way to go, okay? So once that's all done, I'm about to go in with my Got to Be, okay? Sorry, my bowl hole. Come on now. I'm going in with my bowl hole and I'm just going right over the cap, because I just want to make sure that the cap is nice and secure. And I just make sure that I do like a thick enough layer. Not thick enough, like with the layer, I'm meaning with the width. So you want it to go back enough to where it's like when you go to comb it down and press it in, there's enough glue bonding everything together, okay? So yes, I'm using Boho Active. This is the only glue that I use. I love it. It's amazing. My clients don't have any problems with it, okay? Right here, I'm going ahead and I'm cutting out her ear tabs. Before you do this, you want to go ahead and place your frontal down. I don't even know what happened to that clip, but it's very straightforward. The last thing you want to do, please do not do this. Do not like force or like don't be heavy handed when you're placing your lace down, because the glue is still quote unquote like wet, meaning that if you press too hard, it will seep through the lace. Okay. So you don't want that. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm going in with a blow dryer on a warm setting, but I'm just combing through the hair, okay? Just lightly combing, because literally the minute you place this any type of lace down on bowl hold or any type of glue, it's gonna stick. And then when you go in with the blow dryer, it's just gonna make sure that everything is just sitting in and just melting all together, okay? So I'm just having her hold both sides. I'm just doing the same thing to the sides. And then I'm going to go in with my eyebrow razor and I'm just going to cut this out. I like to use the eyebrow razor because it gives like this jagged cut, because no one's hairline is straight, okay? No one hairline straight. So just go ahead and go up and down with this. You can use scissors, you can use regular razors, but if you're using scissors, just make sure that you're going in an up and down motion so you can give that like jagged and ununiformed, if that's the word I'm looking for, type of hairline. Once you cut off that excess lace, you're going to see that there are some parts of your frontal that do not have glue. So I'm just going in with this tool that I got from Hair by Erica J. and I'm just taking a small dab of got to be, not got, why I keep saying got to be, of bow hold, and I'm just filling in these little spaces that don't have glue. Make sure you go ahead and put 3 layers, just like how you did on every other part of the lace, so everything, you know, it'll stay on for the same amount of time. Like I mentioned before, because my sister has such like red undertones, it's always hard to find makeup or a tint that we can spray on or underneath her lace and it not have like this ashy halo look. So I just always go in and try to mix different tints and makeup depending on what I'm using. I just try to mix different things as much as I can to make sure that it's still looking like dark enough for her skin tone, but it's not too dark to where we can tell like, okay, she has a red undertone, but this lace on her is like dark, if that makes sense. I hope you guys are catching my drift. But I'm just going in again and just spraying it down and just making sure that, everything is blending in and looking seamless and like skin, because I promise you, when you get to trying to find your undertone, it's like the hardest thing to do. So I really do like this tint from Bayani. Like I said, make sure to check out one of my previous videos, and you can see all the colors that I got from their collection and how I personally tint my own lace, and it'll work for everybody else. Finally, we're going into the fun part, which is styling. The first thing that I did was go ahead and part out one of the strands that's going to be left on her face. If you can see right now, it is totally out of place. Like totally out of place, but we fixed it by the end of the installation. But the first thing I'm doing is just going in and putting mousse over where I want her part. I just love using mousse because the minute you put it on and you slap it on the hair and you start combing, it's gonna keep the hair in the direction that you want it to be in. So right now I'm not really like going in and styling it. I'm just getting the mousse ready because I'm gonna sit her underneath the dryer so her lace can melt into her skin. So I just wanted to go ahead and basically put it in formation to where it won't move around when I get to actually styling it. So I'm just about to do the same thing to the sides of her hair and the front piece and all that good stuff. So yeah, like mousse is the way to go. I'm using Nairobi. Like, I love Nairobi, okay? I swear by this. Nairobi is like the best foam out there. Do you hear me? It's the best foam out there. No questions asked. Okay, you can argue with yourself. So I'm just going in, and like I said, I'm just about to put mousse on everything. Then we're about to put her underneath the dryer. So after sitting her underneath the dryer for like 15 to 20 minutes, these are the finished results. If you want like this really melted pressed look, definitely put your client underneath the overhead dryer, or just if you're doing it on yourself, hold a blow dryer to your head or whatever you can do. And here I was just going in with my wax stick and my hot comb. I'll link these in the description box. This hot comb is like the best plug-in hot comb. Like, I know a lot of plug-ins don't work, but this works. Cause I can't even tell you guys how many times I burned myself with this hot comb, okay? So I went ahead and just did that just to make sure everything is crisp and nice and put together. I'm just going to comb through it one more time. Then I'm going to use a little bit of got to be. I'm not going to use too much because I still want her to be able to take this ponytail out without having to wash her hair when she wants to change her hairstyle. So yeah, I just sprayed a little bit on that of the got to be just to, keep everything together. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put it in a ponytail and then do the whole wrapping method. And I'm about to show you guys that. So the first thing I did was just spray a piece of the part that I'm using to wrap around the ponytail with some water. And I'm just going in with some got to be. And the same thing, I'm not putting too much because like I said, I want her to be able to take this out herself when she's ready to. Because of course, the more you put, the longer it's gonna, stay on and the harder it's gonna be. So I'm just going through and just wrapping it around. Nothing too hard. This is really straightforward and real easy. So I'm going to just, let it play on and fast forward a little bit. And then I'm going to show you guys the finished results. We are all done. This is a 16-inch Deepwave unit from my company, Jbbellehair. This also are transparent lace. So as you can see, it works on any skin tone when it's tinted or you put makeup on it properly. She also wrapped her hair up, which is very important. So she got that extra melt overnight. I went ahead and, bleached the wig and got it to this color. So, it's all good. We about to zoom in real quick so you guys can see what it's looking like. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, learned something new. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.